Hey, it's NB Big Boy 123. Welcome back to another Foot Finds episode. Once again, today we will be opening 3 packs, and the 3 people who come out of the packs are who we're going to build our squad around, as long as they are from a different nation and league. Let's get started with the mega pack. I'm hoping we can get something good out of here because there's a lot of good cards and packs right now. Alright, we got a blue card. Germany, right back. Wolfsburg. Baku. That looks like a pretty nice card. 95 pace, that's pretty much all you need. Above 80s everywhere else besides shooting. We'll open up this 2 rare gold players pack, see what we get out of there. Not really expecting too much from this, but maybe we'll get something. Nope. Yokaslu. I have no clue if I'm pronouncing that right, but he looks strong. Looks like an okay card all around, so we'll throw him in there. And our last pack will be a premium gold players pack, or hopefully our last pack. We'll see what pops out of it. Alright, we got a blue card, that's good. Argentina, right wing. Barcelona? No way. Wow, I just packed 99 Messi. I know you guys can see that, but that is insane. This is the second time I've ever packed Messi in FIFA. The last time was in an untradeable pack. I'm not sure if this one's tradable or not. Could be something else in this pack too. No, but Messi is more than enough. Wow. Once again, like the last Messi I packed a few years ago, he is untradeable, but that is fine. I will definitely enjoy using him. And we're going to go ahead and throw that Turkish guy from La Liga out, and Messi's going to be who we're going to build around, because of course we're going to use Messi. So since we're using Messi, we need to keep opening up packs so we get someone else that's not from the Bundesliga or from La Liga. Pierre Gignac is who came out of this one, so unfortunately we're going to have to pair someone who's really slow with Messi up top, but that's fine. Hopefully Messi can make up for his lack of pace. Here are the 3 guys we're going to build around. We got Baku at right back, Pierre Gignac at striker, and this Messi card at right wing. I actually have no idea what this card even is. FOF Summer Stars. I have no idea what FOF means, but I'm looking forward to using them. I'm going to go ahead and build the squad now. Let's see what we can make out of this team. Here's the squad. It's very French, but that was the easiest way to get Gignac on full chemistry. And once I had Fekir in the middle, that sort of caused me to have to make everything French around him. But anyways, when I started off building this squad, I started off looking at these 2 positions because I needed to find a way to link up Gignac and Messi. And the easiest way to do that would be a French La Liga player in the middle. And so I got Fekir, linked him to De Jong, who links up to Messi. So everyone here is on full chemistry. And then to switch up the leagues, I used this old Malay card I had. And he links up to Jordan Amavi. Up here we have Aquino. He links to Gignac with the strong link since they play for the same team. And then below Fekir, I had to worry about linking up Baku into the squad. So I found a French center back named Lacroix. He plays for the same team as Baku, and his stats look very good. And then I have the old Champions League Koundé card, which is, as we all know, a very solid card. And then in the past, I didn't realize it, but I packed this Bonu guy. I'm pretty sure he scored a goal, and that's why he got this inform card. But I didn't realize I already had him, so I bought another one. So that kind of sucks. But anyways, I'm really excited for the squad. Obviously, the weakest part of the squad is going to be Aquino and Gignac up top. But Aquino is pretty pacey. Gignac's obviously not, but we'll see what we can do with this team. Let's go ahead and play 5 games, and I'll get back to you after the 5 games. The 5 games are done. Let's go ahead and talk about how the team did. As you can see, I came up with a table that shows the skills, the stats, how the stats compared to forwards, mids, defenders, goalkeepers, respectively, and also the outfield rank of the players' stats. Let's start off with Javier Aquino. He had the 2nd worst match rating in the squad, and it was very low compared to the average for forwards. He only had 2 goal contributions in 5 games, which was 5 below the 7 that forwards averaged. He was not a very good passer, and he was below average for tackling. Unfortunately for him, he did not see much of the ball because when you have Messi, you're going to play down the right side. Next up is Pierre Gignac. So when I initially packed him and built the squad, I thought he wouldn't be very good because of players I used in the past for this series like Icardi and Higuain. But honestly, I was very wrong. He was a very good player, and now he has a 95 overall card, which would fit in very nicely with the squad. But anyways, he had an above average match rating, the second best in the squad. He was tied for first with 8 goals in the 5 games. He was an excellent passer, and he was top 3 in the squad for that. He had 1 man of the match. The best way to describe why he played so well for me was that he had great positioning and hold-up play, and he also played a lot faster than his stats would show. And I think that was because of his positioning. He would just always make great runs and always be in the right spot defensively as well. Moving on to who you all want to see, my review on Lionel Messi, rhyming accidentally. Anyways, he obviously had the top match rating. He had 16 goal contributions in 5 games. That's more than 3 per game, more than double the average for forwards. He ranked first in the squad for match rating, goal contributions, man of the matches. He was scoring all type of goals, including left-footed goals, right-footed goals, headers, skill runs. He was a great crosser. He was perfect for whipping in corners. For some reason though, I could not make simple passes with him. I had by far the lowest pass completion rate of any player in the series so far with him, and I think it's just because I thought he was so amazing I could do all these crazy things with him, but that was really his only drawback. Even defensively, he was an excellent tackler. He had a good tackles won percentage, which was well above the forward average. When he got the ball, it would just glue to his feet, but at the same time, he would move so quickly with the ball. He is by far the best card I've ever used in any FIFA, and I am very lucky to have packed him. Messi had a ton of highlights for me. You'll see clips and other players' highlights that very easily could have been in his highlights. There was also a lot of stuff that I just had to omit, like near misses, things like that, just because I already had so much in there for him. Moving down to the midfield, the first player we're going to look at is Florian Thauvin. He had a slightly above average match rating. He had 7 goal contributions, which was well above the midfielder average. He was also a decent passer of the ball. His passing completion percentage was slightly below the midfielder average, but I still felt like he was pretty good at it. He was also very good at long passes. He wasn't that helpful defensively. He put in a few tackles, but he wasn't very consistent with them, and he looked to get forward more than back on defense. Up next, the guy who held it down in the middle for me, Naby Keita. I would say he was one of the unsung heroes in the squad. He didn't score a lot of goals, but he contributed a lot defensively. He had 3 goal contributions in the 5 games, which I would have liked to see a little bit higher. But overall, he was a good passer with a slightly above average pass completion rate compared to other midfielders. Where he contributed most was defensively. He was top 3 in the squad for tackles won per game, and his 1.6 tackles won per game were 0.6 above the average. I just wish I had used him offensively a bit more, but it was pretty difficult to get him forward when I had 3 fairly attacking-minded midfielders. The last of the midfield was Frenkie de Jong. He was a fantastic player. He had a very high average match rating, which was well above average. He had double the average goal contributions for midfielders with 8. The only place he kind of lacked a little bit was his passing, where he was slightly below average. But that was probably more my fault because I was trying to force the ball to Messi a lot. He put in a really good shift defensively, not quite as good as Fekir, but he still averaged 1.2 tackles per game, which was pretty good. He linked up with Messi a lot, and he was also very good for 1-2s. I was constantly running off of Messi and Gignac with him, and that's how he got most of his goals. He was also pretty clinical for a player with only 66 shooting, which was something I did not expect. I was expecting Fekir to get more goals than him. If you do run this squad, I would consider maybe moving Frenkie de Jong to the middle spot and Fekir out to the right in game. But either way, I think they still worked fine where they were. Down to the defense, starting off at left back, we had Jordan Amavi. I packed his card a while back and never really got the chance to use it. His card stats are pretty average, and when you look at his stats for the 5 games I played, he had the lowest match rating, below average pass completion, and a very low tackles won percentage. But in game, he felt like he played a lot better than his stats show. The only thing he was really missing, in my opinion, was he did not contribute to the offense at all. And I think that's another reason why Aquino struggled to get good offensive stats. The first of our center back pairing was Koundé. Everyone remembers this card from early on in FIFA when we had to play the friendly games to get him. Even though it's been a while since this card came out, it's still a really good card, and I feel comfortable running it in Rivals games. He was a very good passer, and he was a really aggressive defender, stepping up above the defensive line and winning tackles. And he won these tackles at a very high percentage too, which was awesome. And these tackles, once he stepped up and got them, would open up play for the midfielders and forwards, so he was a very important part of the squad. The next center back is Maxence Lacroix. He had a very high average match rating. He scored a couple of goals for me. He had the best passing completion percentage in the squad, and it wasn't just simple passes, he was playing passes forward. He was an even better tackler than Koundé. He won nearly double the average of tackles per game for defenders. He also won these tackles at a percentage nearly 24% better than average. And he ranked first for pass completion, tackles won per game, and tackles won percentage in the squad. He was great for corners. He won headers all over the pitch. And he even had a tackle that literally flew all the way up the field and sent Messi through on goal to save a draw for me. The last of our defenders was Ridley Baku. His card looks awesome, from the 95 pace to 88 dribbling, 85 defense, 82 physical, even the 81 passing. But he was an average defender at best. It didn't really seem like he affected the game defensively too much, and it honestly felt like he wasn't coming back on defense sometimes. He had a below average pass completion percentage. He only averaged 1 tackle per game, which was 2.4 attempts lower than defenders in other episodes. He did get a couple of assists though, and he was a very good crosser of the ball. He was a better offensive player than a defense player, which you don't really want out of a defender typically. And moving on to the goalkeeper, Yasin Banu. His card looks pretty nice, and honestly, he played very well. He was a solid keeper for me. His stats compared to other goalkeepers were pretty average, but I felt that he made saves that other goalkeepers would not have been able to make. I think a reason why his stats looked so average was because my defense was so good. He just didn't face as many shots as other goalkeepers have faced in other episodes. Another really solid thing about him was he was quick off his line, and he was also very good on the ball. Moving on to how the team did, I got 3 wins with them, 1 draw and 1 loss, so not too bad, especially compared to how I was performing in previous episodes. I scored over 5 goals per game and conceded less than 2 goals per game, which was by far the best I've done so far, and much better than the averages I had set in previous episodes. Looking at how high my goal differential is, you guys are probably wondering how I had a draw and a loss. The reason why the stats are so skewed is because I had a couple games where I had really big wins. In one of the games, I think I won 7-1, and in the other one, I won 10-0 and had to stop scoring goals because I was just destroying the poor guy with Messi. So let's look at my top 3 players for the squad. First up, I put De Jong as the 3rd best player in the squad because he contributed very well defensively, but also had a very high goal contribution rate. My second favorite player in the squad was Lacroix. He put in so many tackles at a high tackles won percentage that I couldn't not put him in here, especially since he contributed a couple goals as well, and he also saved a draw for me with an amazing block. And obviously, we all knew it when I packed him, but Messi is my top player in the squad. There's no way I couldn't have the guy who had 16 goal contributions as my favorite guy in the squad. And like I said before, he is by far the best card in FIFA that I've ever used. So if you can possibly pay the 1 mil or 1.2 mil, I don't know what it is exactly to get him, I would highly recommend it, or just get lucky like me and pack him. Thanks for watching this episode of FUT Finds. If you enjoyed it, please leave the video a like, subscribe to see more. Thanks for watching.